Scarface just called me.
Okay.
You know, and
he's the funniest dude in hip hop.
in
by
hip
the way.
hop.
Go ahead.
And the first thing he said was, "Got him." And I said, "What you mean?" He goes, "Yo, they indicted the cops in Baltimore."
Wow, they indicted the cops in Baltimore. I didn't suspect that. I did expect that. Excuse me.
You've had a criminal background. Mm-hmm. You've been to jail, so you understand there's good cops and bad cops.
Yeah.
Number one, have you ever dealt with dirty cops yourself?
Yeah, and but this is what I want to tell you is after George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin, I live in Florida, right? I spent most of my time in Florida. It was scary to be in Florida because it sort of sent a message that they can get away with it. And now this is not just cops, because remember George Zimmerman wasn't a cop.
Yeah, he wanted to be cop.
I remember like that month after the Trayvon and all this, I went out jogging around 6 o'clock in the morning. And I seen this old white guy. And I can't tell you if he was Ku Klux Klan or not, but in my mind, he was Ku Klux Klan, right? And he looked dead at me as I was jogging and the light was changing. And he drove so fast. And I was on point. Because I jumped out the way. And I was like, yo, I'm sure he would have ran me the fuck over and said he was threatened by me. Like, I literally was just jogging.
Right. And then they could pull up your lyrics and possibly justify it.
And this is what I'm trying to say. And I'm saying, the thing is, I wish the story ends here. That shit happened to me like 3 times. Like one time I was jogging, because 6 o'clock at night, in the morning, I got a hoodie on.
Right.
I was chopping my hoods off or going like this, putting my hoods in. Because I did one car I drove towards him, didn't even paying attention. He drove away from me. So I was scared of him by just being black and running with a hood on, all right? That was it. Nothing else. I am running, but obviously I'm jogging. I got on Air Max and I got on, shorts, but I do have on a hoodie. And then the third time, it was the same exact type of scenario. Guy seen me, I could tell he was drunk, white guy, and speeded up when he saw me, like to try to hit me.
They were trying to hit you?
I swear to God, I think it sent a message in Florida at that time that you can kill a black man. And since George Zimmerman, there was so much crazy shit. I just think it's going to continue to get worse and worse because there is, I don't know if it's a secret pamphlet going on that they feel like they can just kill us and get away with it.
Well, because historically that's what's been happening.
Yes, historically that's what's been happening. And I'm going to tell you what's going to get worse. If it's the only thing I could critique Obama on, is how could Chi-Town become a worse place under your jurisdiction,
when you're from there.
When you're from there.
And you were an activist there.
And we're in North Beluga, and we're in fucking Beirut, and we're in Libya, and we're in Iraq, and we're in Iran, and we're in Spain, or whoever else you want to name, and we can't be in Chicago and fix Chicago? So I could critique Obama on that, and I could critique, it seems like they're killing us more at a rapid rate. Now, if you take a couple of these cops and you give them the death penalty, like they sending people away to get the death penalty, it will send a message that, look, we're not against police, we're against bad policing.
I was talking to a friend of mine just today about this, right?
Uh-huh.
And she said, she had a very interesting point that I never really thought of. Uh-huh. She said, when you talk to certain types of people and you talk about the cops killing blacks, they say, yeah, but what about all the blacks who kill blacks? And she said, yeah. And what happens to them? They go to jail.
They go to jail. And
that's the point that people like. That's that next step that never gets mentioned in that conversation.
It's been so many people killed, but what was the last one where the dude dropped the taser? The guy was running away and they shot him in the back.
Oh, right.
I forget which that one is. There's been so many, but to see the cop walk back over to his lifeless body and drop a taser, this tells you they've been doing this shit for so long. Like, and they've been thinking we've been lying. Yo, there's bad cops and there's you know, this, like, I could tell you, like, I'm not rich, right? I've made some good money. I've kind of learned how to maintain it a little bit. I lived in nice neighborhoods. I went to a park the other day. I was just telling these people. I went to a park the other day. I just jogged through the park. I was with a UFC trainer. The police came. I did absolutely nothing. I just jogged to the park, and the police came. And I had my son meeting me. So the police officer said, "Yo, can you show your ID?" I said, "Officer, I'm jogging. I was jogging to the park to do some pull-ups." He said, "Yeah, so let me see your ID." I said, "Officer, do you work out with ID?" He said, "Well, if you don't show me ID, you guys gotta leave." I said, "All these people in the park you came up to had to show ID?" He said, "No, but they called the cops on you guys."
Wow.
Like, I wanted to be like, "Yo, buddy, I got way more money than you." Like, and they called me, like, whoever called, you know, I wanted to, like, really floss. I've never spoke like that. But I wanted to be like, "Motherfucker, I live here. You patrol here."
Yeah.
So he was like, "Yo, if you know, you got to prove that you live here." And for some reason, I wanted to make the cop wrong. I wanted to make the cop feel wrong. So everybody else left. Everybody was like, "Oh man, fuck it, man. They don't want us to be at the park." I went upstairs. I got my passport. I got my utility bill. I got my mortgage. I got shit that, you know, I don't know. I got everything. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I came down, the cop seen me with an envelope, and he came up to me and he said, "Sorry." And I said, "What are you sorry for? You just told me," like, he said, "I was doing my job, but I shouldn't have did my job. There was no way I should have asked you for your ID." And I was like, "But you did." He was like, "Look, jump in the car so we could go to the front of the park so these people could know you from now on." I said, "Officer, I'm going to walk to the car. I'll meet you there." He's like, get in the car. I'm just not used to doing that, and I don't want to." But he walked to the car. He says, we walked to the front of the park, and it was crazy because now a lot of people will see this and say, it's true. It's hard being black. It's fucking hard. Like, especially, I've lived in white neighborhoods. Let me tell you something. I'm 37 years old. I've been rapping since 18. I'm almost living in white neighborhoods longer than I've lived in a black neighborhood. Almost. Mm-hmm. I'm more used to living with white people.
Right. Living
around white people. I like to be able to come outside my condo and can leave my Jordans right outside my condo. I like it. It's not bad. It's not bad. I can leave my car on. I like that. So but at the end of the day, these people will call the cops on me for loud music. They, like, immediately. And for a black man, it's not a good thing to be confronted by a cop because you automatically do some dumb shit that let them know that you think you could be killed. Like, if a cop was to knock on my door, I'm gonna go like this. He could have said, "Hey, did you hear any noise?" Like, before he can play, I'm like this. "What the fuck did I do, yo? You want me? What the fuck, nigga? Like, what? I got shit. I got a little bit of weed, though. What's up?" You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's fucked up. That's fucked up. I think Obama should this is the time for him to actually step in and, like, and train these police. You know, one thing about when we was growing up as opposed to right now, the people that was police in Queensbridge, the people that was police in 40 Projects, the people that was police in Lefrak, Corona, Astoria, Ravenswood, Woodside, they were actually from the neighborhood. So they were from down the block, and you actually went to school with these guys. Or somebody went to high school with them, and they knew that they were suckers, and now that they got a badge, they felt like a power, but at least they wasn't killing us. They were trying to arrest us, and it was trying to get us back for us snatching a leap hatch in 7th grade, but they wasn't trying to kill us because they was of the community.
Yeah.
Now you get a guy from, you know what I'm saying, Masbiff, Dusseldorf, and then he's policing in Harlem. He don't know how a Harlem guy talks. He doesn't know how, you know what I'm saying? He doesn't know how these street people talk, and that's the reason, that's what I think is a major problem with the policing.
good thing about that group situation is it was a time when people only thought it was two Migos.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Takeoff and Quavo was holding it down. And they was putting away money for Offset.
I would have to say maybe 5,000, because you gotta remember, in TT Boy's career, he was able to do 100% of black girls and 100% of white girls. Whereas in my case, I'm limited to 100% of the ethnic women